Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Lonely 90-Day Fiancé star finally reveals the truth after saying goodbye to baby and wife. A 90-Day Fiancé star, who recently said his goodbyes to his family and returned to America, revealed the surprising reason behind his decision. Some 90-Day Fiancé pairs who are living away from America include Brandon Danuccio and Mary Damasio, and Jenny Slayton and Sumit Singh. While Jenny's decision was affected by Sumit's visa issues, Brandon didn't see any point in living in the US and saw a promising future in the Philippines with Mary. A 90-Day Fiancé duo might choose to live abroad due to visa issues, immigration laws, financial struggles, or cultural differences. Sometimes the American partner relocates for love, family support, or a lower cost of living. These international moves often test relationships, but highlight real-life challenges in cross-border marriages and long-distance love. One such fan-favorite 90-Day Fiancé couple left America to welcome their baby in Thailand without really telling fans the reason behind this move. David recently shared an Instagram video taking his morning walk in Fountain Hills, Arizona. "Have some things to take care of," David revealed. He said it was weird to be back, and that it sucks being without Annie and Minthira. However, David added that he was going to be apart from them only for a short period of time, and he hoped to accomplish what we need to accomplish. David has been getting a lot of questions from fans who wanted to know what he was doing in Arizona while Annie and Minthira were back home in Thailand. David did mention that he had some business to take care of but did not get into the details. He also talked about other things again, keeping his response vague and mysterious. However, David has told his fans that he will be announcing more soon. David could be under a contract that doesn't let him talk about things happening in his life in detail on social media. Still, he feels like he is obliged to talk to fans every day because he and Annie are active on social media and that they deserve answers. David is also not sure of how long they will be living in Thailand. He's not looking to move to America for good yet. David recently also posted about him possibly exiting the franchise with Annie, but they did appear in a few episodes of 90-Day Diaries. It's not known if David and Annie have filmed in Thailand. He is making a living through his real estate career and was associated with a company located in Arizona, and his trip could have something to do with his job. David also told a fan in his comments section that he might not even have time to see his older kids on the trip, which suggests work was going to keep him busy. Annie wanted to welcome her baby in her homeland. This allowed the couple to get dual citizenship for Minthira. However, Annie also seems interested in living a farm life in Thailand. The couple has also been trying to sell off their apartments in Thailand. This could either mean that David and Annie are eventually going to move to America with Minthira or settle down in rural Thailand. Zooms in on the single figure sitting on a bench, shoulders hunched, eyes distant. The skyline of a foreign city stretches behind him, a sharp contrast to the warmth of home, the softness of his wife's laughter, and the tiny hand that once gripped his finger tightly. This isn't just another dramatic moment for the cameras. For 90-Day Fiancé star DanielRivera, this is heartbreak painted in silence. After weeks of fan speculation, cryptic social media posts, and a noticeable absence from his family's updates, Daniel has finally broken his silence. In a raw, emotional confession, he reveals what fans feared, and so much more than anyone expected. The goodbye that broke a father. Daniel's story had always been one of hope. A musician from Medellin, Colombia, he fell in love with a single mother from Vermont, USA, Alyssa James, on a music livestream during the pandemic. Their love story was one of the most beloved arcs in 90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days, their chemistry was undeniable, their challenges real but surmountable. When Daniel moved to the US on the K-1 visa, it wasn't just for love, it was to build a family. The birth of their son, Lucas, was the crescendo of their romance. Daniel's Instagram overflowed with smiling photos of him rocking his newborn, learning to change diapers, and late-night lullabies. But soon, cracks appeared in the fairy tale. Visa delays, cultural misunderstandings, and the pressure of adjusting to American life turned their home into a battlefield. Arguments escalated. Alyssa, already juggling motherhood, found herself also carrying the emotional weight of Daniel's homesickness and frustration. 3 months ago, Daniel posted a photo of Lucas with the caption, "My little king, one day you'll understand." Fans were quick to notice Alyssa had removed his photos from her feed. Rumors spiraled. Then, last week, a blurry airport photo surfaced. Daniel in a gray hoodie, hugging a woman holding a baby. It was Alyssa. And that was Lucas. "I never thought I'd say goodbye this way." In a tearful YouTube video titled, "The Truth You Didn't See on TV," Daniel sits on a bare stool in an empty apartment. "I didn't plan to leave," he begins, voice cracking. "But I also didn't plan to be forgotten in my own family." Daniel shares that after months of trying to renew his work permit and battling anxiety, he felt like a burden to Alyssa. "She wanted a partner who could help with bills, with stability, but I felt like a ghost in my own house. I was just the guy holding the baby while she did everything." He admits that he and Alyssa had begun sleeping in separate rooms. "We weren't fighting every day, but we also weren't talking." When the letter from USCIS came, a denial of his adjustment of status, he said it felt like fate was sealing his exit. "She looked at me, and I looked at her, and we both knew. I packed one suitcase. I held Lucas one last time." He giggled, tugged my beard. He didn't know what goodbye meant. Daniel's voice fades into silence as he lifts a tiny sock from his pocket, holding it like a sacred relic. "I carry this everywhere." A marriage lost, but not regretted. Though Daniel confirms he and Alyssa are not officially divorced, he says they are living separate lives. He's returned to Colombia, moving back into his childhood home with his mother, who now helps him adjust to life without his little boy. "I don't blame Alyssa," he says, eyes filled with genuine sorrow. "She gave me everything she could. But love isn't always enough when the system fails you, when time changes what your heart can carry." He addresses the online backlash she's received from fans who accused her of abandoning him. "Don't hate her. She's a warrior. She's raising a child, working full-time, and dealing with a broken man who loved her but couldn't stay strong." Daniel also reveals he's still in contact with her, albeit limited. "We text. She sends photos of Lucas. He's crawling now. Sometimes she lets me sing to him over video call. He claps when I play guitar. He remembers my voice." Starting over in silence. Back in Medellin, Daniel is focusing on his music again. He's recording a bilingual album titled In Between Two Worlds, which he says captures the pain of immigration, fatherhood, and love lost in translation. One track, Little Feet, Loud Echo, is a lullaby for Lucas. Another, Green Card, Broken Heart, dives into the emotional toll of relying on bureaucracy for love to survive. Daniel is also volunteering at a local community center, teaching underprivileged kids how to play guitar. "They don't care that I was on TV," he laughs softly. "They just care that I show up." Despite his pain, he's finding healing in small ways. He says he's not ready to date again, and isn't sure he'll return to the US, maybe one day, if I can find a legal way, just to visit, to be there for a birthday or a school play.